Hello, good evening. It is January, it is dark, it's freezing, and I'm feeling totally under the weather. I really should probably be doing some statistics homework, but I got a package today and I wanted to do an unboxing to show you what it's like when you purchase a set of dilators to use. This particular set is from VWell. Super excited. I did have a patient who purchased this set because it came with an extended pack. So like the normal set and then a 3-pack of larger sizes. And so we're gonna get into it and see what we have. I did try to get an extended dilator from another brand. They never really got back to me. Emailed them again, still didn't get back to me. So we went with VWell, and there was a little bit of a delay, but I emailed them again, and they were having some delays with their shipments, and they sent it out like super quick. Okay, so if you've never used dilators, please do not be intimidated. They can look a little scary. So oftentimes I have my patients, if we're dealing with some like really significant dyspareunia, which is pain with intercourse, I'll often have them start, we'll like kind of break it down, and I'll have them start by just looking at dilators online. And that's it. That's the assignment. Then I'll have them pick a set that they might like to purchase. And then once they get them, first step is literally opening them, and then maybe they leave them out on the countertop for a little bit and they just look at them. Then maybe they touch them. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So, not totally what I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. So, they sent their dilator set, 5-piece set. So, this is kind of the standard sizing. A few other brands I recommend also, New Flora, Intimate Rose, if folks can afford those. I've had people get non-silicone dilators. I think that like plastic and metal dilators are a little barbaric. These ones are at least a little bit more, if a penis is your thing, these are going to feel most like a penis. Okay, so this is the 1 through 5, and as I was kind of discussing, they can be intimidating, right? They're kind of a weird thing. So I usually have folks just maybe leave them out, maybe start touching them, right? And then bring them in and I'll show you how to use them. So sometimes I've had some other types of providers who have recommended dilators to a patient without any instruction or with some like flimsy handout from Google, and that I think just scares them even more. So if you're a provider that knows nothing about dilators, please don't recommend them unless you do know what you're doing. Of course. So these are nice. They're silicone. As far as I know, this brand does not come with a handle. Intimate Rose does come with a handle. These do not. I did ask for the 3-pack. There's 3 more, like an XL kind of set. Like I said, a patient used them and they were great. But this one gets pretty big. So there are kind of different, different strokes for different folks, quite literally. So if you are someone that your goal is to have a penis, right, in your vagina, well, then you might measure said penis. Not totally necessary. You can eyeball it as well. This particular patient did use a string and did measure, which I thought was fabulous. A fun little teamwork activity with their partner. So benefits to using silicone, they're just more flexible, right? Sometimes it gets a little bit harder to do some more specific release, right? So that's where I might have someone work with a pelvic wand before they work with their dilators. So enter This is the VWell Flex. I have a good many pelvic ones that I've accumulated from different companies. So let's look at this one and let's see what theirs looks like. 6 pulse frequency. So this is a vibrating pelvic wand. Really, really helpful for pain. Always recommend. Proprioception supersedes nociception. So, oh, this is like heavy. So when we're using vibration, that will override pain sensation that's going up to the brain from the pelvic floor. Comes with charger. This is kind of nice. Has instructions on it. This controls the large end. This controls precision end. Okay. So a large end and a precision end. Okay. So this end is much larger than some of the other brands I have. I kind of like the shape of this one. It's less clunky and smoother if you're familiar with any other brands. Let's see if she's charged. No, that's okay. And then as always, these things do come with like a bag, which is nice. Like if you're taking this, maybe you're going to work and then you're going to rehab and like you got to take it with you. You want to be discreet. I usually have folks just wash these with antibacterial hand soap, let them air dry, wash between uses. Absolutely wash if you're doing both vaginal and rectal work. You can, use devices in different ways. So making sure that things are clean in between uses. These are silicone, so I usually don't recommend silicone lubricant on silicone devices, but you can use a good oil or water-based lube. Extra virgin kind of coconut oil, whatever cold pressed coconut oil is fine too. All right, so I don't know if anyone from VWell watches this. Can you please send me the 3-pack extension? I would really love that. And so that is VWell dilators and the wand. I definitely like this wand. It's got a little bit of heaviness, which I think can be really helpful with proprioception. So maybe for the right person, this would be a great fit, literally. All right. Okay, there you have it. Leave comments or questions below. All right, have a good night. Stay warm.